What if I told you that 3 ingredients sitting in your kitchen right now could give you the energy and confidence of a man half your age, in less than 20 minutes? Sound impossible? Here's what happened to James, a 73-year-old grandfather from Texas. For 5 years, he'd been telling his wife, "Not tonight, honey," more often than he cared to admit. His doctor said it was normal aging. His friends said the same thing was happening to them. But then James tried something so simple, so overlooked, that when I tell you what it is, you might think I've lost my mind. Stick with me, because what I'm about to share has nothing to do with expensive treatments, risky procedures, or those little blue pills that come with a laundry list of side effects. I'm going to be straight with you. If you're a man over 60, you've probably been told that slowing down is just part of getting older. That losing your edge, your energy, let's call it your spark, is inevitable. Your doctor might have shrugged and said, "Well, you're not 25 anymore." But here's what they don't tell you, and what most men never discover. The real problem isn't your age. It's not even your hormones, necessarily. It's something much simpler, and much more fixable than you've been led to believe. And I'll prove it to you in the next few minutes. Let me paint you a picture that might feel familiar. You wake up in the morning, and instead of feeling ready to take on the world, you feel tired. Already tired, before the day has even started. Your wife reaches for your hand, gives you that look, the one that used to send electricity through your entire body. But now you feel a knot in your stomach instead. Not because you don't love her, but because you're not sure your body will cooperate. You make excuses. You say you're stressed about work, or your back hurts, or you're just too tired tonight. But deep down, you're asking yourself, is this it? Is this who I am now? If you're nodding along right now, I need you to know something. You are not broken. You're not past your prime. And you are definitely not alone. What you're experiencing has a name, a cause, and most importantly, a solution. I'm Dr. Michael Stevens. I've spent the last 28 years as a men's health specialist, and I've had this exact conversation with over 4,000 men just like you. Men who thought their best days were behind them. Men who'd given up hope. Men who were ready to accept that this is just how it is now. But then something changed everything. I started noticing a pattern among my patients who were getting remarkable results that shocked even me. These weren't the guys following complex supplement regimens or expensive treatments. These were the men who had stumbled onto something much simpler. Something that's been hiding in plain sight. What I discovered next changed how I practice medicine. It changed how I think about aging. And it's going to change how you think about what's possible for your body, starting today. Here's the truth that nobody talks about. For most men over 60, the root of the problem isn't low testosterone. It's not even about hormones at all. It's about circulation. Think about it this way, your body is like a garden, and your blood vessels are the irrigation system. Over the years, those pipes get clogged. They get stiff. They get narrow. When that happens, it doesn't matter how much desire you have, or how strong your hormones are. The fuel simply can't get to where it needs to go. But here's where it gets interesting. Your blood vessels aren't like the pipes in your house. They're alive. They can heal. They can open back up. They can become flexible again. The question is, how? And that's where James from Texas comes back into our story. Because what James discovered, completely by accident, was that certain combinations of everyday ingredients can act like a power wash for your circulatory system. But not just any ingredients. And not in just any combination. There's a science to this that I'll break down for you step by step. Let me tell you about the day that changed everything for James. He was in his kitchen, making his morning routine drink, something his grandmother had taught him years ago for general health. Apple cider vinegar and honey in warm water. But James did something different that day. Instead of his usual quick sip, he drank the whole glass. And instead of regular honey, he used the raw, unfiltered stuff his neighbor had given him from her beehives. 20 minutes later, something happened that James hadn't experienced in over 2 years. His energy surged. His confidence returned. And when his wife came home that evening, well, let's just say they both remembered what they'd been missing. Now, you might think this was just a coincidence. A placebo effect, maybe. But when James called me, excited and slightly embarrassed, I knew exactly what had happened. And the science behind it is fascinating. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, a natural compound that works like a gentle cleanser for your arteries. It helps dissolve the buildup that's been choking off your circulation for years. But here's the kicker. Raw honey contains something called chrysin. This is a natural compound that acts like a bodyguard for your testosterone, preventing it from being converted into estrogen. So you're getting a double benefit, better blood flow and protected hormone levels. The result? Your body starts working like it's supposed to again. But James's story was just the beginning. Because as word spread, more men started experimenting. And what they found was even more remarkable. Meet Robert, a 68-year-old former construction foreman. Robert heard James's story and decided to try his own variation. But Robert was skeptical of anything that seemed too gentle. He wanted something with more punch. So instead of apple cider vinegar, he used white vinegar. And instead of honey, he added fresh ginger, the kind you have to grate yourself, not the powder from the spice rack. The results were immediate and intense. Within 15 minutes, Robert felt a surge of energy that reminded him of his construction days. His circulation improved so dramatically that his hands and feet, which had been cold for years, suddenly felt warm again. But here's what really got my attention. Robert's wife called me a week later. She said, "Doctor, I don't know what you told my husband, but he's acting like he's 30 again. And I mean that in the best possible way. The science here is even more impressive than the first combination. White vinegar is pure acetic acid, more concentrated than apple cider vinegar. It's like using a pressure washer instead of a garden hose on those clogged arteries. And fresh ginger. It contains compounds called gingerols that trigger your body to produce nitric oxide. That's the molecule your body uses to relax blood vessels and open them wide. But we were just getting started. Because the next discovery took this to a whole new level. Enter Marcus, a 71-year-old retired teacher who'd always enjoyed the finer things in life. When Marcus heard about Robert's success, he wanted to try something more sophisticated. Marcus went to a specialty food store and bought the most expensive balsamic vinegar he could find, the thick, syrupy kind that comes from Italy. He paired it with pure pomegranate juice, not the sugary stuff from the grocery store, but 100% pure juice. What happened next surprised even me. Marcus didn't just get his energy back. His entire cardiovascular system seemed to regenerate. His blood pressure improved. His stamina increased. His recovery time after any physical activity dropped dramatically. When I looked into the research, it all made sense. High-quality balsamic vinegar is loaded with polyphenol, plant compounds that actually repair the inner lining of your blood vessels. Think of it like resurfacing a road instead of just patching potholes. And pomegranate juice? It contains unique antioxidants that stimulate the growth of new, healthy blood vessel tissue. So while the first two formulas opened up circulation, this one was actually rebuilding the system from the inside out. But the story doesn't end there. Because what came next took us into truly extraordinary territory. This is where things get really interesting. A colleague of mine, Dr. Sarah Chen, had been working in rural Japan, studying why men in certain villages maintained remarkable vitality well into their 80s and 90s. What she discovered was a local tradition. Elderly men would drink a mixture of rice vinegar and watermelon extract every morning. When she told me about this, I immediately understood why it worked, and I knew my patients had to try it. Rice vinegar is the gentlest of all vinegars, but it has a unique property: it helps balance your body's pH, creating the perfect environment for nutrient absorption. And watermelon extract? It's packed with citrulline, an amino acid that your body converts directly into arginine, the raw material for nitric oxide production. But here's the brilliant part: unlike arginine supplements that get destroyed in your digestive system, citrulline slips through undetected and converts to arginine right where your blood vessels need it most. When my patients started trying this combination, the results were unlike anything I'd seen before. Thomas, a 74-year-old retired mechanic, told me, "Doc, it's like my entire circulatory system got an upgrade. Everything works better. Everything feels stronger." But we still weren't done. Because the final discovery combined physical performance with something equally important: emotional connection and mental clarity. Meet Antonio, a 69-year-old former chef from Italy. Antonio understood that true vitality isn't just about physical performance, it's about feeling alive, confident, and emotionally connected. So Antonio tried something different. He combined red wine vinegar, which contains resveratrol, the same compound that makes red wine heart healthy, with high-quality dark chocolate. The results were, well, let's just say Antonio and his wife started acting like newlyweds again. But it wasn't just about the physical benefits. Antonio reported feeling more relaxed, more confident, and more mentally sharp than he had in years. The science behind this is fascinating. Red wine vinegar provides the circulation benefits of resveratrol without the alcohol. And dark chocolate, real dark chocolate, not milk chocolate, contains compounds that reduce stress hormones while boosting mood-enhancing chemicals in your brain. It's like getting a physical boost and an emotional tune-up at the same time. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. After months of hearing these success stories, I started wondering, what if we could combine the best elements from all these formulas into one ultimate blend? What if we could get the arterial cleansing from apple cider vinegar, the testosterone protection from honey, the circulation surge from ginger, the vessel repair from pomegranate, the absorption boost from rice vinegar, and the stress reduction from dark chocolate, all in one drink? I'll be honest, I wasn't sure it would work. The interactions between all these compounds could have been unpredictable. But I had to try. I worked with a nutritional biochemist to create the perfect ratios, the optimal timing, the ideal preparation method. And then I tested it on myself. The results were immediate and undeniable. Within 20 minutes, I felt an energy and confidence I hadn't experienced in over a decade. My mental clarity sharpened. My physical vitality surged. Even my mood lifted. But the real test came when I started sharing this formula with my patients. Men in their 60s, 70s, and 80s started reporting transformations that went far beyond what any single ingredient could achieve. Energy levels that lasted all day. Confidence that hadn't been there for years. Relationships that rekindled. Bodies that responded like they remembered how to be young again. Now, you might be thinking this sounds too good to be true. And I understand that skepticism. I was skeptical too. But here's what I've learned after 3 decades of treating men's health issues. Sometimes the most powerful solutions are hiding in the most obvious places. Your kitchen cabinet contains ingredients that pharmaceutical companies spend billions trying to recreate in labs. Your grandmother's remedies weren't old wives' tales, they were based on centuries of trial and error, passed down because they worked. And your body isn't as broken as you've been told. It's just been missing the right tools to do what it was designed to do. The question isn't whether this will work for you. The question is, are you ready to give yourself permission to feel alive again? Because that's really what this is about. It's not just about physical performance, though that's certainly part of it. It's about waking up in the morning with energy and enthusiasm. It's about looking in the mirror and liking what you see. It's about connecting with your partner in ways that make you both remember why you fell in love in the first place. It's about refusing to accept that your best days are behind you, because they're not. They're right here, waiting for you to claim them. So here's exactly what I want you to do. First, understand that this isn't about perfection. You don't need to get everything exactly right on the first try. You just need to start. Choose one formula that speaks to you. If you want something gentle and proven, start with apple cider vinegar and raw honey. If you want something more powerful and immediate, try white vinegar with fresh ginger. If you're looking for long-term rebuilding and repair, go with balsamic vinegar and pure pomegranate juice. If you want the most comprehensive approach, try the rice vinegar and watermelon extract combination. And if you're ready for the full experience, physical, emotional, and mental, start with red wine vinegar and dark chocolate. Here's the key to success: consistency and timing. Whatever combination you choose, take it at the same time every day for at least 1 week. Your body needs time to respond and adapt. For best results, take your chosen blend 20 to 45 minutes before you want peak performance. This gives the ingredients time to be absorbed and start working. Use warm water when possible, it helps with absorption and makes the experience more pleasant. And please, use high-quality ingredients. This isn't the time to cut corners with cheap vinegars or artificial honey. Your health is worth the investment in real, pure, effective ingredients. I want you to know that you're not taking this journey alone. Over the past 2 years, I've shared these formulas with more than 800 men. Men from all walks of life, all levels of health, all degrees of skepticism. The results have been consistent and remarkable. But here's what I've noticed: the men who succeed are the ones who take action immediately. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when they get around to it. They recognize that every day they wait is another day of accepting less than they deserve. So let me ask you something. If you knew that 30 days from now, you could be feeling like a completely different man, more energetic, more confident, more alive, wouldn't it be worth trying? If you knew that your relationship with your partner could be transformed, that you could wake up excited about your day, that you could look in the mirror and see strength instead of decline, wouldn't it be worth the small effort of mixing a few ingredients in a glass? Of course it would. The only question is whether you're ready to stop making excuses and start making changes. Look, I could keep sharing success stories all day. I could tell you about David, who started hiking again at 72. Or Frank, who told me his wife said he was better than ever at 68. Or Miguel, who regained confidence he thought was gone forever at 75. But stories won't change your life. Action will. Your body has been waiting patiently for you to give it what it needs. Your partner has been hoping for the man they fell in love with to fully return. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make right now. Don't let another day pass wondering, what if? Don't spend another night making excuses or feeling disappointed in yourself. Don't waste another moment accepting less than you deserve. If this video has opened your eyes to what's possible, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know which formula you're going to try first. And if you know another man who could benefit from this information, your brother, your friend, your neighbor who's been struggling, share this video with him. Sometimes we all need someone to show us that there's still hope, that there are still options, that our best days don't have to be behind us. Hit that subscribe button if you want more evidence-based, natural solutions for men's health. I'm constantly researching new breakthroughs and time-tested remedies that can help you live your strongest, most confident life at any age. Your transformation starts with a single decision. Make it now. Your future self will thank you. And remember, the ingredients are in your kitchen, the knowledge is in your head, and the power to change everything is in your hands. What are you waiting for?